fact, the Tolulia, something like that, is the reservoir.
Casimir will probably yield to Richard to do the active talking part, but he's pretty observant and considers himself a pretty shrewd judge of character, so he'll be looking for tells during the conversation, which is something I was going to say to Lex as well. Casimir might want to accompany you on some of your little fact-finding missions in the future, not to actually engage with people, but to watch your back and keep an eye on what's going on, because he thinks he might be able to provide some insights. Sometimes.
That would be very helpful. Because I do not have those skills. I'm too lost in the sauce to know when people's lying to him.
Oh, really? You didn't take sense motive?
Hard enough.
Well, I do, but it's on like a 5.
Around that area, if need be, to see if the gang is acting suspiciously.
The only downside is that without like telepathy or something like that, he won't really be able to convey things to you in real time. If he picks up on something, it'll be more be after the fact that it's like, yeah, she was up to something that she wasn't telling you.
Do you have bluff?
A little bit, not a lot.
Oh, okay.
How do you not have bluff? Bluff is like the best skill.
Because I need every other skill, and plenty of other people are bluff masters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I got something like that. It's like 5 or 6. I'm not specializing in bluff.
The only reason
No, it's just bluff.
7.
Bluff synergy's a bunch of stuff, so it's a super awesome feat or skill to have.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's awesome, but I'm also not taking use magic device, and that's the best skill in the game. Just focusing on other things. Trying to have my niche.
I'm sorry, I have to ask, how is use magic device, the skill that I almost never see anyone take or use in 30 years of D&D, the best skill?
Because it gives you access to things that are vastly outside of your class abilities, like any magic item for anyone you can just pick up and use. You can use devices that are keyed to certain alignments and races and things like that. Just allows you to do anything with a magical device. So it's generally held in pretty high regard.
That is technically true. I just find players almost never have any interest in doing that.
Intriguing. I haven't played many games at a high level to really get into it, but I'd imagine there's vastly more opportunity. The more treasure you're actually acquiring, you'll start finding things that you're like, oh, well, it's a shame I'm not a paladin. I can't use that.
No, that's definitely true. And at higher levels, it is a huge perk because a lot of the DCs are fairly static. So once you have 15 ranks in use magic device, you are basically hand waving most of the checks.
Yep.
I had a high level, whatever the thing Richard is, Artificer in the Planescape game, and she would basically do that. You just take 10 on use magic device and had enough ranks that she could make any of the checks that were listed without even rolling.
Yeah, being able to avoid a mishap is certainly good. With a take 10.
That is true. Being able to say things in conversation or use subtle innuendo to point out that someone's, that's a load of shit. You should probably ask more questions about that. It can be handy. You could even just come up with a code for that.
Sure.
Okay. So Richard was not here last session, correct?
Correct.
So Richard has no clue what any of you were talking about.
Okay. So, The mission itself was fairly straightforward. You know, we got the box, we turned it in, we got some money. We did find just as a quick side note, a body of the daughter of the Westberg house. Name is Lucia. Seems to have been murdered. Happened during our heist, so it is very recent. We just think it might be advantageous to look into it. There might be an opportunity for us if we can investigate it before everything shakes out. But yeah, so something tragic has just happened, and it's probably going to be big news in a couple days.
And we care why?
Just because if the daughter of the Westberg, that was probably a plot there, right? If we can find out what the plot is before it becomes public, we might be able to use it to our advantage. That's pretty much the only reason. This is an opportunity for, to make some coin.
There we go. That was the answer I was looking for.
Oh, it'd be nice if we could just act like we're trying to be stand-up citizens.
Yeah, that's not me.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if we know what's going on, either blackmail, bribery, helping the person, there's a lot of options, right? If we can figure out what our options are, if we find out what it is, strike while the iron is hot.
All right, I can get behind that.
I'm sorry, Richard. Why is it that you're such a shitty person?
Not a shitty person. I'm out for me. I could care less about my neighbors unless it benefits me.
He's
Yeah,
old.
that's a pretty shitty person.
He is an employer, so it makes sense.
He's the boss in the comic.
Fair enough. Okay. What information are you arming Richard with to go and do his investigation?
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so when we found her, she was in her, I believe, white pajamas or whatever you want to call it, nightgown, whatever the correct term is. She had contusions on her neck, indicating possibly strangulation, but unclear since none of us are doctors. We found red hair and skin under her fingernails, so sounds like there was a struggle. And a handkerchief that was monogrammed SM. Of note, there was a public, we'll say, outburst during. Do you remember the wine heist, where you got to be a servant for a day?
Yes.
Lucia was there. She was dancing with someone named Stephen Munchberger, who I believe has Stefan. Thank you. Who I believe also has red hair. So at the very least, evidence is definitely pointing to him. But why you would leave your own immaculate handkerchief on the body is. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed, so it's definitely within the realm of possibility, but, could also be other reasons it's there. So, yeah. There was a ladder with pitch. That's why pitch can be used in shipbuilding. That's why you and Casimir will investigate the shipbuilding or the shipping district to see if there was anyone that was headed to Adria, if there's any, anyone that stands out after the deed was done, maybe, that kind of thing, whatever your investigation would find, anything to explain the ladder that was used during their murder.
All right. This may be a really dumb question, but I have to ask this because The Simpsons taught me this. Are you sure it's not WS?
We just check my notes.
It's Whalen Smithers.
Yeah.
That is a good question. I do not know any WSs.
I just said Whalen Smithers.
Ah, yes, you did. Okay, so I guess you need to look into two possible people. That is actually a very good insight, considering what happened with the sewers. It was a very good question.
Okay, so you guys travel across the city to the shipwright district, and what are you going to do?
Does it look like business as usual down there, first of all?
There doesn't seem to be anything special going on. Like there's no big crowd or riot or celebration or anything. It just seems like a normal day. I think it's the middle of the week. Yeah, this would be effectively Thursday. It's Deltas on the calendar.
Could be considering yourself a prospector to do business down here. I want to inspect a facility or a building or something like that, have a look around. Not really sure what your other inroads are to actually just kind of get in there and have a look.
That is a good question.
Or show an interest in the trade, want to see how it's done. Considering getting a child or a family member into the shipbuilding trade and want to have a look at how it's done, or I don't know, things like that maybe.
As an artificer, you might want to gain intel on just general practices of shipbuilding, because it could be something that you could incorporate into your craft. Like, there are lots of things you could do as an artificer that would make a ship way more powerful.
That
You could
is
maybe
true.
start asking them if they incorporate any kind of magical techniques in their shipbuilding or something, and it's a professional curiosity.
So probably a good start would be I guess, can't think of the position, but the head of the shipyard.
Dockmaster?
Well, you're not likely to interact with someone high up in a company, but if you went by one of the shipwright areas, you could talk to like someone in the yard or whatnot and get at least some basic information.
All right, so
Asking about ladders.
Not going to open with ladders, but I will survey the area and see if I can find a shipwright to go talk to.
Okay. As you are wandering into the yard, one of the guys who's walking by, he's got like a half dozen planks, like 10 feet long on his shoulder. He's hauling across the yard. And he's like, "Hey, what are you doing in here?"
Call it professional curiosity. I'm an artificer, and want to expand my knowledge on the trade and see if I can talk to someone.
Yeah. I don't know what any of that means, but Gruber's over there if you want to talk to the foreman.
I will take you up on that. I will go talk to, you said Gruber?
Gruber, yeah.
I will go over and talk to Gruber.
Okay. As you guys are walking up to Gruber, he kind of looks over at you and he looks like horribly annoyed. And he's like, "Who are you? And what are you doing in the yard?" Hans Gruber.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because Hans was the other name I was thinking of when I came up with it, and I never made that connection. There's a whole bunch of, I got like a list of like German and Austrian names just because I wanted to have some kind of like flow with names in each families, and that was just one of the names that popped into my head when I was thinking about it.
What's his brother from the second one that he tries to kill John McClane.
Well, it's not the second one. I think it's like the 23rd one that his brother tries to steal all the gold in New York and sends McClane on a wild goose chase. But I don't think I've ever watched that beginning to end.
Well, because the first one is in the tower with his wife, and the second one, Die Hard,
Is the airport.
is it the airport? I thought he was.
Yeah, airport
the
second
third
one.
must be with oh god, he always says motherfucker.
The third one, I think, is the gold heist in New York,
Yeah.
breaking into the Federal Reserve. And I think that's the one that has Hans Gruber's brother in it.
Gotcha. Okay, I had mine.
I think he was played by Jeremy Irons.
Yes, he was.
I've watched bits of it, but I don't know, it just didn't seem the same, and it seemed wholly contrived. And obviously, it is if you're setting a trap for your nemesis, but it just didn't appeal to me.
Was it Simon Gruber?
No idea, but that would
It
make sense.
was Simon.
Simon Says, huh?
Yeah, I was like, he played the Simon Says game in there.
Oh, really? I've never even seen the third movie or the second.
Well, third movie had nothing to do with him against McClane. He was just using it as red herring.
Interesting.
The second one's worth seeing. I think most people feel the franchise fell away after the first two.
Well, they got away from Christmas.
Yeah,
It's a Christmas movie.
best excuse. Yep. If you have to watch a Christmas movie.
Although the concept of the third one was absolutely phenomenal, like coming up with a way of breaking into the Federal Reserve. And I think there was also like an art depot or something there. They were storing like historic paintings and whatnot. It's all kinds of really expensive shit in there. But as entertainment, it was like, this is lacking something. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
Does it involve explosives on a subway?
It might.
Yep.
But regardless, what are you saying to Gruber?
My name's Richard. I'm, God, I got to come up with the alias. But I'm an artificer who builds stuff, and I'm curious on your ship making process. That maybe I can help expand my knowledge of the trade.
Well, if you're looking for an apprenticeship, you have to go to the front office. Like, I don't deal with that stuff. He points through the gate and around the fence and like over his head and then back around to the building. He's basically standing in the back of, but you got to go around the whole block to get to the front entrance.
All right, I'm just drawing a blank. It's right there of things I need to ask, and I cannot think of it.
Well, on the plus side, now that I have a video editing tool, I can cut out all these dead gaps in the videos.
What about the ladders or lattice?
You don't have teeth?
I was just making sure I
okay.
wasn't missing something.
Some people just have a slow from Discord. So you wouldn't really know.
So I just wanted to talk to you. I'm working on this new project, but I'm missing something of how pitch works. Do you know anything about it?
yeah, it's black and it's sticky and it bonds with the wood to seal it.
That's that's what I needed. Do you know where I can find some of that?
Uh, Pitch, yeah, you can buy it by the gallon, the keg, or the barrel um, at the warehouse down the street.
In the ship making process, who would normally handle that? Is that everybody, or is this like a special person?
Um, it would depend on the application. In larger vessels, it usually ends up being a crew type of job just because it takes too long for one person to seal the whole ship. But in smaller craft, usually the professional shipwright will do all of the actual construction part, and then they'll have like an apprentice do the sealing part, and then he will just check it at the end to make sure that it's done right.
Mhm.
I lean over to Casimir. Is there anything else we need for our project that you can think of?
As far as the pitch goes, what about storage of it? Can we maybe see how they store it safely?
Yeah. How do you guys store it?
We just stack the barrels up in our storage shed. As long as you don't bring it in direct contact with flames before it cures, it's not really that dangerous.
Would you mind if we take a look?
In the most technical sense, yeah, I have a lot to do and I'm not really here to give tours.
If you can show us where it is, we can maybe just have a little look ourselves. We can stay
Well, I
out of
don't-
your way.
I would appreciate that, but unfortunately, I can't just have you wandering around our yard. Is there something specific you need to know?
We'd just be curious about safe storage of it, just to sort of, I mean, probably only a glance would give us a bit of an indication of how one would safely store it.
Well, like I said, we just stack up the barrels. As long as you seal the barrel after you use it. If you leave it open, the fumes can be a bit of a hazard, but no one would be dumb enough to leave a barrel of pitch open after you're done using it.
Do you find it's particularly messy? Is it, so, I mean, do you sort of get pitch on other things and have difficulty cleaning it? Are there risks there?
There's no risk outside of it sticks to everything and it's obnoxious to get off of just about anything. But for applications, we just wear protective clothing to keep it from getting on our work clothes and then take it off when we're done. He kind of points over to like it's almost like a horse stall. And it's just got a bunch of uniforms hung up on like pegs. They're like black uniforms or like white uniforms, but they're all covered in like speckles, like something a painter would use. And he basically equates it to that. It's very similar to painting, except it's a lot thicker, and you definitely don't want to spill it because it gets everywhere and it's a horrible mess to clean up.
Mm-hmm. Does
So-
it get stuck on your hair and skin as well, or is it easy to remove?
It does get stuck to your skin fairly easily. It's mostly the staining that is obvious. If you use some kind of solvent to remove it from your skin. That takes most of it off. If you get it in your hair, you either cut your hair or accept that it's not coming out, because the amount of solvent you need to put in it is just going to dissolve your hair.
What sort of solvents would be suitable for removing it from your skin? Maybe we should stock up on that.
Basically any kind of light solvent that is flammable will work.
What do you use?
J53, I don't know what it is. Has a really pungent odor to it, but we use it for thinning the pitch if it dries out, or to get the last of the pitch out of the bottom of the barrel. And we use it for cleanup. But like I said, it gets rid of most of it, but it doesn't clean it completely.
No, that's helpful.
Do you know if anyone has headed to Adria? I'm trying to figure out a good relationship I have a pub out there, and trying to make sure between the shipping district and Adria. Has anyone asked about going there lately? Trying to get a good relationship between the two.
Not to my knowledge. You could ask around. Some of the guys might know. I don't go down that far. There's lots of pubs around here.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to ask.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one.
I can't think of anything that doesn't just straight out say, "Hey,
I want to snoop
Where are
around.
you on the night of the 13th?
Yeah. It's going to be hard to ask him anything more useful without tipping hands, I think.
I think for now, just have to thank him and let him get back to work."
Okay. Are you doing anything else while you're up there?
Can you think of anything, Kashmir?
Apart from observing the place over time to see if we see anybody that heads into the sewers or anything like that, but that's a pretty wild long shot.
Casimir,
Why would somebody if they weren't doing it again?
You can roll an insight check.
Okie dokie.
There's a reason this is called the Shipwright District. There are a whole bunch of different shipbuilding companies here, ranging from like simple things like canoes and rowboats and whatnot, right up until I think it's called a caravan, something like that. It's like a medium-sized freighter ship.
Caravel.
River access doesn't allow you to get huge ships on it, but some of the smaller cargo ships can fit.
If this person was using a ladder and it was coated in pitch, it's more likely to be a larger craft, not a little canoe.
Yeah, the foreman told you that they deal in a variety of ships. Basically, they take orders and build on demand. So whatever the client is interested in is what they construct.
Yep. So it might be worth checking some others out then.
Okay, where do you want to head next?
I suppose one thing that might be useful is if we were to specifically investigate any connection between Stefan and the shipbuilding district, such as businesses that he has down here. Then we might be able to zero in on one where we can either establish a connection with him or find that it's not connected and therefore is a deliberate red herring.
I like it. Red herring.
Yup, red herring. And I could potentially find those records at my office, which might give us a lead.
Well, finally using his job. Now things are going to get interesting.
As long as it's not to do crime.
I like your hope that this isn't going to lead to crime.
Okay, are you going to
something that won't implicate me at work is the concern.
Are you going to continue your tour of the shipwright district, or did you want to go back and confer and look up details?
I'm thinking maybe a more focused search would be advantageous. If we go around asking at every facility here, probably going to start to get pretty well known.
Yeah, they'll start putting together like, hey, those guys were asking everyone. That's kind of weird.
You did
Yep.
give a pretty good reason, though. With your inn, you're trying to get sailors into your inn, which is actually a very reasonable advertising ploy. Not saying you should. I just thought that was very clever, the way you did it.
It feels like the kind of thing that seems odd in game, but then if you're talking to the DM about your character development, say, oh, I want this prestige class or this feat or skill, and like, oh yeah, how do you go about that? Oh, I guess I go down the shipwrights and ask to look around and ask how they do everything. Start asking weird questions of people.
The big thing to remember when you come up with whatever your in is what you're going to follow that up with. Like if you're in to the shipyard is that you're doing research or whatever. What is the piece of information you're looking to get? Are you interested in actual knowledge about ships, or are you interested in knowledge about people? Because asking about ships is not going to lead you to people.
Yeah, that's why I thought we were kind of focusing on the pitch and its applications and trying to frame it as in we are looking to work with this material and trying to understand more of it, while also potentially finding out that if this person has been working with pitch, you'll still be able to see it in their hair. So you go looking around for that or things like that. Or maybe
No, that definitely.
Stefan has this solvent.
Yeah. There's definitely some possibilities there, but in a city of tens of thousands, you're not likely to bump into the guy who did this, who has pitch in his hair.
Yes, but if we want to investigate Stefan, we might be able to look for clues that we've attained from understanding what it would imply if he's been anywhere near pitch or the Shipwrights Guild.
No, that makes sense. Casimir, you can roll a knowledge local check.
Local. Not very good.
Oh, that is actually terrible. Do you have knowledge local, Richard?
I do.
I'm even unskilled, so my maximum result is 10 anyway. That is much
Slightly better.
Yeah, I just assumed the rogue would be the one that would be good at it.
Did you want to luck it up? Clear the board? Because
No,
you're
I
on a
don't
19.
think a 30 is going to make a difference between 26.
Well, 30 is definitely better than 26,
Sure.
but
let's bump it
26
up
is
to-
really good.
Let's go to 32.
Okay. As you're discussing this concept and talking about Stefan, you realize that Stefan is basically a giant mama's boy. Like, he's never worked a day in his life. He's never had to try at anything. His entire existence is literally things being handed to him by everybody in his family. The concept that he would have strangled Lucia in this manner seems highly unlikely. Like, if they were in a social situation and alone and things got out of hand, it would make sense that in a like fit of passion he chokes the life out of her just spontaneously. But it doesn't seem like he would be trudging through the sewers carrying a ladder to break into her house when he could just go to her front door and knock on it. And you also know that Stefan has been in love with Lucia since they were kids. Like, he's followed her around since they first started tutoring together. Like, when she married, I think, Brunor? Oh, Boris. When she married Boris, or was betrothed to Boris, he went into a complete and utter, like, spiral, like self-destructive spiral. He was drinking and doing all kinds of stupid shit because he was so horribly depressed that she was going to marry someone else.
So it sounds like we're getting more confident that we can rule him out and that someone is trying to frame him.
Yeah, there is nothing about this murder that in any way sounds like something that Stefan would do to you as someone who's interacted with him. Like, he lives just down the street from you, so he's probably come into the bar lots of times. He's a fair bit younger than you. I think he's in his like early 20s.
23.
Everyone's younger than Richard, though.
Yeah, I was just saying that he wouldn't be someone he would know from the neighborhood because they were kids together. He'd be someone he would know as he's 7 years older, so he would be the teenager who sees him walking down the street with his mommy and stuff like that.
All right. Am I assuming that Richard actually shares that deep insight?
Of course, I would share it.
Yeah, you never know. We're not the nicest people. Based upon that, when I get back to the office, I might be looking into anyone who is powerfully connected who might have a business interest in the shipbuilding industry, which is probably going to be a lot of people. But maybe I need to talk to Lex about who we know who might have a reason to frame Stefan, so enemies, and try and connect them to the ship's guild.
Mm,
So we're probably heading back, regroup. Not sure how long it'll be before we meet up with the others.
Okay, well, it'll probably take you a couple of hours to walk across town and back and actually spend the time talking to people and whatnot. So
Before we
what
go,
is
do we
everyone
wanna
else?
have a look around for nearby sewer entrances?
Well, there's
Just
sewer
see if
entrances
there are many
everywhere.
or very few. Okay, so it won't really be like
Yeah. As you have learned either recently or historically, several of the large houses have covert access to the sewers.
Yep.
In a lot of cases, these just started as like runoff drains, like if there's flooding or whatnot. But many of them have been turned into full access points. And you would have to assume that in a city this old, that isn't particularly uncommon. In addition to the fact that there's like a manhole access every probably 500 feet along the road.
Mhm.
No one actually wants to walk through the sewers. They want to go to the place where they need to be and go down and do what they need to do and then come back up.
Hmm. Yeah, I
The
was
big
thinking
the
about
big factor there is that they tend to be very public. Like
Yep.
they're normally in the middle of a road, so in order to access it, you need to at the very least be inconspicuous, but most of the time you need to like put up flags around it so that wagons going by know to go down a different road because you've got manhole open and you don't want people falling in it or coming out and getting your hands run over by a wagon wheel.
Hmm. Yeah, I was thinking of having a look at the just scoping around the sewer entrances and seeing if we could see any that had sort of signs of pitch around them that might indicate somebody's being used as access point. But there's going to be a lot of them, and if they wanted to be discreet, they'd probably do it from one of the ones that's in someone's home or building or warehouse or whatever, like you say. Maybe something we circle back to later, because we're in the business of long shots. I think we head back to the others.
Yeah, we'll head back.
Okay. What's everyone else doing while they're off on their merry gallivant? I'm sorry, gang suspicious of anyone else about what? The gang presence up by the Westburg Castle is basically non-existent. Yep, that was the Westburg Castle. Well, you stole the thing they were guarding. Okay. What are you doing, Boudica?
In our little session here.
Okay. What are you doing, Lex?
Where is that? That's the estate. Curious. I would like to visit the area around Lucia's estate and see if what kind of traffic is taking place there. If we're seeing investigations or if it's still relatively quiet, they haven't discovered her yet.
Okay. When you move up into the Westburg corridor, you can immediately see that Lucia's house is all cordoned off. There are two Emerald Brigade guards at the front door, and there are a large number of people mulling around the area.
Under the guise of a nosy citizen, I'm just going to go up to the guards and be like, "Oh, something serious? Someone get robbed?"
He says, yeah, there was a robbery here, break and enter.
Oh wow, someone must be very ambitious. Isn't this the daughter of the Westbergs estate?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the details of this case.
That's fair. That's fair. How uh, how serious does the guard look? Like, does he seem overly professional? Like he is not like the incorruptible type, or does he seem like he's just here for the paycheck?
You can roll sense motive. This would have
is
been a good
why-
thing to bring your sense motive guy along.
Yeah, I would have.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
A 12, higher than I thought I'd.
Yeah, you get the impression that he doesn't really care one way or the other, but he's got a job to do.
That's fair. Oh, that's fair. I would not want to detract from your official business. Wow. But wasn't there a lot of like people from the snakes roaming around? Hopefully, it's not related, Howard. That would be very scary if that happened.
I think the snake gang dispersed early this morning, but there was a lot of activity here last night.
Oh, I wonder if they are related. Then that would be a concern. I guess that's going to be part of your investigation, though. So, fair enough. I'm just going to see if I can try and plant in their brains. The snake gang might have been related to this.
Okay.
Are you
Bluff
intentionally
check?
contaminating the investigation?
Well, yes, because I want us to figure it out.
What if it is
sorry,
the answer, though?
What was it you said?
Roll a bluff check.
Wow.
Not bad. Yeah, you guys are talking about it, and he's like, yeah, that's definitely plausible. I don't know what the gang connection is, so I can't really make a judgment on it, but could be gang related. It might not even been the snakes. It might have been one of the other gangs.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, rivalries makes sense. Well, hopefully at least no one was injured. I'm sure she has a lot of staff here. It'd be a shame if like the butler or a waitress got hurt. But I will leave you to it.
Okay, good day to you, sir.
Inside, is it mostly Emerald Brigade, or is there any other crests or insignias walking around?
The Emerald Brigade are the guards at the door. The rest of the people mulling around seem to be watch people. Some of them in like proper uniforms, some of them in more what do you call it? Like scrubs for people investigating, like coverall type outfits. But the two guys guarding the front door of the house are both Emerald Brigade. The rest are all City Watch.
Interesting. Okay. I wouldn't expect only the City Watch to have an interest in this. Guess they're just going to let it play out naturally, but... Huh, okay. You wouldn't know. Okay, that's fair. That is an interesting dynamic.
The Emerald Brigade are probably just private household security to make sure that nothing, nobody takes advantage of the situation while the investigation's going on, I would guess. Whereas the guard are actually handling the investigation themselves.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. It's just more of a matter of being, such a powerful house, I would have thought they would want to have their own, investigation as well. Try and find out who just killed a family member, and there would probably be a lot more. I didn't think they would wait and just let the guards handle this scene first. I thought there would be a lot more different investigators here as well.
They may have an eye on it. They may even have a contact within the guard that will make sure to keep them updated on what's going on.
That's true. They
You
might make
also
it
have
clear.
no indication of who's in the house because the door's closed.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, yeah, true. I'm probably just at the gate. Fair.
Yeah, you're just walking down the street, and this area of the road is blocked off, and you can't get any closer than basically there without a reason.
I see. Okay. Do I want a reason? No, I do not. Okay, that's good to know at least. I guess other than that, I am kind of curious how the Westburg Castle, if there's any increased activity there.
Okay, well, to approach the Westburg Castle from this direction, you need authority.
Oh, sorry. I'll go the other.
Yeah, you can come around the other side. Nobody cares about that. I just was letting you know when you get to Lucia's townhouse, that's where the road ends. They're not letting anyone pass there without cause.
I see from this thing. Got it.
From the south access, you can see standard guards at the gate, but nothing else. It's got like a 10-foot wall around it, so you can't really see inside.
That's true. No increased security. Okay, so I guess they don't think it was a targeted attack. And at the very least, they don't have a huge force.
Keep in mind that they were already on high alert.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Remember, that was one of the primary reasons you guys didn't want to go in on the surface, is because the house was already on lockdown. And then when you investigated, you found that in addition to the lockdown, there were also snakes everywhere.
Fair. Okay. Probably need to investigate. No, not yet. That's way too soon. Okay. It's good to know. I'll probably wait. Probably wait until the evening before I try and find a guard off duty. It's a bit too early in the morning to do that now, so I guess I'm done for now. I'll investigate more at the night.
Okay, so there's not anything else you want to do right away?
No, I just wanted to see the state of things.
Okay, so you guys lounge around until Casimir and Richard return.
Welcome. How'd your investigation go?
Not splendidly, but not catastrophically. Not a lot of useful information to be had there.
What kind of information?
I think Richard's starting a new business. That might go well.
Oh?
Well, we couldn't get access to any of the facilities. They didn't seem inclined to allow us to wander about. As far as people who work with pitch, it seems like many do. From the person we spoke to, it was more likely to be the apprentices and other rank and file employees who do the majority of the work with it, with the higher up professionals maybe only getting involved towards the tail end of the work. That doesn't, of course, mean that one of them couldn't have been involved. But assuming that somebody just grabbed this ladder from the warehouse, I guess it could have been anyone. I was curious about whether.
Just for context, Casimir, you didn't see any ladders in the yard.
No. But I would imagine that they're somewhere. I'll mention
I
I
was
didn't
just-
see any, but we weren't able to investigate either.
No, that's totally fair. But I'm just saying there wasn't like there were a pile of ladders or there were guys walking around with ladders all over the place. So it wasn't something you could just walk by and see the gate open and steal one of the ladders.
Oh yeah, I assume that somebody who works here has basically grabbed it from work. The old classic. I need to do a heist, so I'm going to grab supplies from work. I mean, we all do that.
I see. That's very good to know about you. Okay. Gonna write that
What was
down.
the other one? Oh yeah, I got the name of a solvent which can be used to remove pitch from one's skin. Removing it from hair apparently is quite difficult. So you'd pretty much need to cut it away, otherwise you'd burn your hair away with solvents. But there's a solvent called J53. It's one of many apparently that can be used to remove the pitch. Might be something to keep an eye out for if we see anybody in possession of that who doesn't have an obvious connection to the guild.
How easy is it to access J53? Because if you can only get in like 1 or 2 spots, we could just see if anyone purchased it this morning.
Richard may be familiar with it. Otherwise, do we say Illusio these days, or is it only when he's on a job? He'd be Tim.
I think when we're talking crime, we should probably say Lucio. This
Fair
isn't
enough.
crime.
We could ask Tim about the solvent if Richard's not familiar with it. If only we had our knowledge guy.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
It's only when he's not here.
What are the odds that every time you go to do something you need knowledge checks for, your wizard doesn't show up?
Yep.
Yeah.
He just turns up for the combat and says, I can't do anything here. I guess I could daze that guy. Which actually works really well all the time.
Yeah. Powerful
Yeah, I think
spell.
only one person has been saved on days.
Yeah, he always says, like, I can't do anything. I guess I'll just end the fight by dazing everyone.
Love it.
I will tell you that I was thinking I might need to have a bit of a look through some files in the office and see who in the halls of power who may be an enemy of Stefan might have a significant interest in the shipbuilding industry. There may be a connection there, but it could be that many would do, and it may not narrow it down too much. It's not exactly a smoking gun, although we wouldn't use that term. Not exactly a smoking crossbow.
Crossbows don't tend to smoke. Just to add another red herring to the discussion, Stefan has particularly short hair, so it would be very easy for him to conceal that.
Fair.
Hmm.
Which means
Although
anyone
his
with
hair
short
his hair is blonde, so that's a counter to it because you literally have to just cut it all out because it would be so obvious.
Sorry, did you say blonde?
Yeah, blonde. I just put the picture in Discord.
Oh, I thought you were saying he had red hair.
The hair under the nails was red.
Yeah, but Stefan isn't a redhead.
Oh,
Nobody
I got
said
the wrong
Stefan was
impression.
redhead.
I thought the
Okay.
hair on the nails was red and that Stefan had red hair and that we were sort of getting the impression that
Yeah,
was a
no, we
red
just
herring.
assumed he had red hair this whole
Yeah.
time. We just assumed because of the red mask. I'm like, okay, red mask, probably adding red hair, good enough. Okay, well, that confirms a lot of details. How common is red hair?
Very uncommon.
Yeah,
Assuming
genetically,
yours
it's
not
very uncommon. I think. What's her face? Lucia's mom has red hair. Actually, Lucia might have had like auburn hair.
And let me check the notes while we do that. Hair and skin. So the person we're looking for has red hair and probably was scratched.
That's Laura Westberg. She's actually, I think, a Polonius or an Ophelia, one or the other. Yeah, well, if you got red head, you're obviously a soulless demon.
Fair. Okay. So a redhead with probably a scratch because there was skin with the hair, which means she was fighting if she was strangled. Which means definitely didn't use a garrote. That means the guy's not a master assassin because he did not have a master assassin's tool, so he can eliminate any professionals from this job.
Yeah, I thought Lucia had more auburn hair, but it is like pretty much chestnut. I must be thinking of Olga.
Mm.
And we
If
know
the
they're
person
likely
was
an
scratched
employee.
and they wanted to cover their tracks, it'd probably be pretty trivial to get a heal for that. Cover up the sign.
Oh, that's who I was thinking of. Yeah, Olga has like auburn hair.
I don't know. We have money to get a heal for a scratch. I don't think the regular laborer is going to have money to heal a scratch.
Nobles do, though.
Nobles do. But are they really going to spend that on a scratch after the job is done?
Depends
They're likely
if they
just
were the one who did it
kill the
themselves
guy
or
if
if
they
they
think
sent
they're...
somebody.
And we know they're
If they
likely
did
an
the deed
employee.
themselves. Sorry, go on.
Oh, no, I'm just saying we know they're likely an employee based on what you said about the ladder. So we know they work at the shipwright district.
That is probably the biggest clue, assuming that it is a founded piece of deduction. Whoever did this isn't from Adria, so that is a huge pool of people that you would expect to be involved that aren't.
So,
like, basically every person that you would think to point a finger at lives in Adria. And this person clearly works on the other side of town. Now, nothing saying that you can't commute across town, but in this era, walking an hour to work every morning would suck.
yeah.
You'd be more likely to just go rent an apartment down the street from the shipyard.
Yeah, but if you had a strong interest in the shipbuilding district, such as you own one of the facilities there, and you knew the staff there, and you had leverage over somebody, particularly if you're their employer and know exactly how much you can lean on them, you might say, "You're going to do a little job for me."
Oh yeah, for sure. That would definitely make sense.
And I mean, it doesn't have to be somebody that's in the local area to do a murder for you. You just need to know who's the person you can lean on and think you'll be able to get away with it most easily. And that could be anyone, really. I still want to check who has a strong interest in the shipbuilding district. See if we can potentially narrow it down to particular noble houses or individuals.
Okay, you want to give me a profession check?
Give it a red hot go. How are we feeling about fate points these days?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I think I might throw a fate point into this.
Oh.
So that's the +8 on the check, I think. In fact, I think I can use affiliation for it as well if we really want to jack it up.
That only had +1.
True, yeah, it's half your character level, isn't it? Which is bugger all.
And +1's +1.
It is true. Sorry, John, you were saying to say something.
I was just going to say that is one of those things that people get all excited about is using their half level bonus, but at third level it amounts to almost nothing.
Yeah. Profane bonus on a profession clerk check. That just sounds great. All right, I'll use my profane bonus and my fate point.
Okay.
I'll just put a temp modifier in here for those.
That is definitely one for the books.
Alrighty, 25. That wasn't the greatest roll to begin with, but lots of bonuses.
Yeah, 25.
Sorry, is that the
70.
total or is that just the base?
That's the total.
25? Okay, you go through a bunch of records and you don't have a whole lot of trouble finding all kinds of documentation about owners and connections and whatnot, but you don't see anything that ties back to Adria or the Westbergs or really anything that you can plausibly connect to the murder. If any of these people are involved in it, it seems highly like tangential. Like it would have to be a favor for a favor for a favor sort of thing to be 3 degrees of separation away, because none of these people have anything to do with anyone in Adria.
Interesting.
Did you also look at this? Might just be tunnel vision on an enemy, but the Rodimus estate exports wine, right? Maybe they have a connection to the shipping district.
Transportation. Yeah, I guess indirectly. What do you want me to look for?
Just see if they own any like company or has a strong connection any with their shipwright district.
I can look into that as well.
Okay. Anton's name comes up on like invoices and like shipping manifests and stuff like that, but only as a customer, like not related in any way beyond he has business with these companies. And again, it seems rather tangential. Like he's still not involved with the people who own the shipwright companies, just the people who buy ships from the shipwrights. So
Yep.
it's like, yeah, there could be a connection there, but there could also just be the fact that he uses ships and someone's got to build those ships.
Yep. I guess when reporting back, I'd be saying, look, there's a lot going on in the city that's not on the books, but I can't see any obvious connections between Anton and the shipping industry or anybody in Adria and the shipping industry, to be completely honest.
Okay.
Casimir, can you give me a knowledge check?
What
Knowledge
kind of-
local. This is another one of those wish you had points in it thing.
Yep.
Did
Best
I
I can
try
get
and
is 10. No, I'm untrained, so my maximum result on a knowledge check is 10. Just like common knowledge.
I think you got rid of that, right? Isn't it? You just take a -5 penalty if you don't have ranks.
Do you have ranks in it?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I probably have better chances with insight for the vague notions than actually doing the knowledge check.
No, that's totally fair. I wasn't sure what rule Lex was referring to. Because I do use the -5, which brings you up to a 15 unless you roll like a 20 on it. But with the +3 bonus, you don't actually not that bad at it. The -5 is definitely a penalty. But a 19, one thing you notice is that a couple of the guys who are involved in this seem to have connections to the dead rats.
Okay.
Like you're looking at it and you're like, I know that name. Sebastian. Sebastian. That is Theodore's cousin, and he is a dead rat. And oh yeah, this guy Taylor, he's on that list too, and his brother is a dead rat.
Sorry, what was that second name?
Taylor?
Taylor. Okay. If I have some time, maybe I'll pull at that thread a bit, see if I can find more connections there.
You can go through more documents and whatnot, but again, you're back to two guys that are tangentially connected. Is definitely a lead, but and they both point to the same person, which it makes it stronger, but it's still super circumstantial.
Okay. I'll just
You're going through hundreds and hundreds of documents. Even a 1% chance, you're going to pull up 5 or 6 names that meet your 1% chance.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just mentally file it away for now and include it in my report to Big Bro.
Okay.
Well, I do have thoughts. Back to what we know or what we believe is we believe they're an employee. We believe they work or an employee at the shipwright. We know that they were attacked. She did get some damage in, and we know that the person by appearance has red hair. Whether it's dyed or not is, up for debate since we didn't really analyze the hair sample. But at the very least, they should have red hair. And still relatively, I assume it's around lunchtime by now.
Yeah, it would probably be mid-afternoon by now because you guys did your loot selling in the morning, and then they took at least a couple hours going there and back, plus surveying the area.
I like the during your conversation, they said something about there's a bunch of inns already at the shipwright district. What was the district? I'm tired of calling it. You said Tululia or
Tululia, yeah.
Okay, so Tululia.
Yeah, it's in the chat there. It's the only thing I've typed.
Thank you. Tululia. Okay. So just like what we normally do and gather intel at the Bangkok, we might you and me, Casimir, can probably go when it comes to when they clock out. Usually they'll get a drink, right? We might be able to get some intel from them, just talk around, see what people say, if anyone didn't show up to work, if anyone has any visible scratches with red hair, or, if anyone knows anyone in Adria, we can come up with bad reasons on why we are interested.
I'll let you do the bad reasons.
Fair. There's a bunch of guards
better bad
right
than worse.
There's a bunch of guards right now roaming both the Westburg Castle and Lucia's estate. So we could also, before we leave, try and advertise a deal or a sale for the Bangkok if Richard wants some more money for his inn, and maybe try and gather some intel from the guards. To get them drunk enough and just have a listening ear could be an option. Not a bad way to get in good with the law enforcement. Give them a good deal on some alcohol after a hard day's work. If he's interested. If not, that's fine too. I'm curious, how literate are your servants? Your peons? Your
That is
wenches?
a good question. Probably not much.
Fair. Might need to hire a literate assistant manager for them to take notes from what your what do you want me to call your employees? Peons? Laborers? Slightly up
Laborers
under.
are fine.
Okay. How big of the fat cat employer are we going for? Okay, fine. Laborers works.
Most people who work in service would have some basic reading and writing skills because you would have to be able to read basic instructions and take orders and all that kind of stuff. Like they're not going to be university graduates or anything, but they would have grade 6 education for reading.
If you're interested, you could just, I don't know how well you trust your employees, but you could just have them take notes on things they hear. You might have to pay them a silence fee, but you know. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Either way, if you're interested, you could still get some more income by encouraging the guards to visit your establishment. Hear what they've got to say.
I will explore that option.
Advertise a happy hour. As soon as they're done with their investigation, they can run down there for, I don't know, quarter price drinks, make it worth the trip.
True. Quarter price, damn. That's going to lose
Yeah,
money.
that was half price won't get enough people. Quarter price. You're going to beat all the other happy hours.
Race to the bottom. How's your study on bird log going, Boudica?
Boudica.
Fair enough. She fell asleep at the book. Okay. Well, no, it's fine. I was just asking how your studies in bird law was going. You're resting pigeons? You're resting pigeons now?
Nice.
You are redefining bird law, and I'm not opposed to it. Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. Fox, you seem very diplomatic. You talked about. Do you want to join us, or do you want to help gather intel at the Bangkok from the guards? How comfortable are you talking to law enforcement?
I
Hmm.
think his hands are relatively clean, to be honest.
Fair enough. And I'm already going. I can't hear you. We'll circle back. Anyway, you know what? Fine. I'll give you 20 gold. Anything more, you'll have to deal with.
20 gold
Yes.
for copper piece drinks?
20 silver. Anything more, you'll have to deal with.
Getting sauced.
200 shots now.
Line them up on the bar and work your way down the end.
Welcome.
No worries. Okay, what's your plan, Lex?
So, Lex, Casimir, and Boudica, do you want to come with us? If you can handle not caving someone's skull.
He has those cravings. We all do.
I know, but you got to control them. If you like to come to a bar and get drunk with some sailors, you can get into fistfights all you want. Wonderful. Yeah, we will go to visit the bars after they get off shift. Eh, maybe, yeah, actually, yeah. You're a bit far away from the Gentleman's Club, so that probably wouldn't fit. You'd probably have to get closer to, like, I don't know, is there a bar down here? There's a brewery. You'd probably have to go to the Keg and Barrel Brewery for that kind of thing. I mean, you can. God, I hope not.
Like truth.
You could get a what's it called? Zone of Truth potion for that. It's like a second level spell, I think.
Yeah. I think it's 360, something like that.
Yeah, if it's a second level spell, it's 300 gold pieces.
Are you looking for something more mundane, like alchemical?
I mean,
Yeah, there's nothing that you can think of off the top of your head that would function in that manner.
I like the way you're applying information out of people with pies.
okay, now see, I that's the concern part. How old are these pies? There's no way
Yeah.
they're not rotting. Well, I'm concerned. No, you're right. You're right. I don't
When
need
someone
to know.
hands me food and says, I need to get rid of this, I'm immediately suspicious of it.
Here's the thing. He's not even trying to get rid of it. That's my concerning part. He was like, oh, I might have a use for it. Okay. There is no way that house needs to be condemned. Okay. But yeah, us three will go to the shipwright district, and Richard, I'm going to wish you luck with this. I don't know how many health
Okay.
codes you're going to be violating.
So, Richard, your plan is to have a deal on drinks and lure some guards in to make them loose lipped?
Yes.
I like that it's Richard's plan to sell his drinks on the cheap, even though he got strong armed into it.
That is Richard's plan.
Yep, great plan, Richard. We agree.
We heartily endorse this product or service.
So as Casimir just doesn't, guys, I got stuff to do and just enjoy that quarter price drinks. Just bail
Yeah,
out,
we
just
should,
enjoy
we should
it.
definitely get involved. He's gonna
Hey, if you want to get
dance.
some tips, go for it.
Okay. as people start to pour into the cog, the big news of the day locally is the murder of Lucia Westberg. They're all talking about doing shifts, checking out the perimeter and going through the sewers and inventorying the house, and what a interesting scene it was removing the body, and the massive fit that Malt threw when he was informed. But all in all, that's pretty much all they have to say. Everyone has their like 2 cents on what they did. Like, I was collecting samples and I was sketching the layout and where everything was, and yeah, I had to hold the bottom end of the gurney as we like hauled her up out of the sewer. That was unpleasant. Nothing like dried chunks of sewer debris falling in your hair as you're trying to make sure her body doesn't bang off the wall.
And all these people are in your bar now, Richard.
I definitely thought that was going somewhere else.
So did I.
No, F, you're not allowed in here. Well, not all of them, but the ones that are off duty are. Okay, give me an acrobatics check. Fox falls and breaks his neck. Oh, look, another body we have to clean up. Oh, nice. You go, girl. Fair enough. My daughter went on a 4-H camp, and they hired a bus to transport them down there, and it was a party bus with a stripper pole.
Wow.
For
Nothing like dual
12-year-olds.
purpose.
I don't know all the details, but her body was found in the sewers. And she was dead. Like, I didn't do the investigation. I was just on the crew who was surveying the house.
You should ask who she was, since the assumption would be that we don't know.
Well, that was what I started with. The big news is that Lucia Westberg had been murdered.
Oh,
You would be the only people
we
who
would all
didn't
be
know
able to
that.
know who she is then. Okay.
Well, you would probably know who she is because she's from one of the 5 prominent families in this district. At the very least, most people around here would know her by name. Might not be able to recognize her dead body in the sewers, but just being a Westberg and being murdered are the 2 big points that everyone would go, "Whoa, that's heavy duty."
Okay. Sorry. Wasn't sure how well known these people were, the common folk.
No, diplomacy is for any kind of like negotiation or attempt to get information. What are you trying to do? Yeah, there were several different crews. Like I said, some guys were surveying the scene. Some people were just maintaining the perimeter.
Right.
Oh yeah, there's lots of guys in here. Is there something specific you wanted to know? Yeah, most of the guards were not involved in the direct investigation of the body. So we didn't get any kind of report or details on anything other than the body was in the sewers. We bagged it up and strapped it to a stretcher and hauled it out of the sewers. And it was sent to the coroner's office for investigation. Yeah, the guards are literally just guards. They're just beat cops. Well, they
I
might
assume the ladder
notice,
was
but
removed.
the ladder would have been removed as part of the investigation, but it was there when you guys left. Depending upon how long it was, if the killer was still in the building, he might have come back to claim the ladder. Um, I don't remember anything about a ladder. If there was a ladder, it might have been dealt with before I came on duty. No, they had to bring it up through the hole, through the sewer, because it was down in the sewer. Yeah, but they put it on a gurney and just passed it up like with ropes. Okay. Okay. Well, not incredibly amazing, but definitely successful. Well, only the body goes to the coroner's office. Everything else went to the constable's office. Yeah, all the answers were in the house when you didn't go into it.
We didn't want to get caught as well and accused of the crime that had just occurred there to somebody that's very well connected.
Yep. There was a scene in the first game where they went to a gambling hall and there was a door at the end of the hallway, and that's where the guy was. And he didn't come back out, and they weren't sure if he was dead or fine or whatever. And Paul walked right up to the door and put his hand on the doorknob to check and see if it was even locked. I think he turned it and it wasn't locked. And I was like, "Do you open the door?" And he's like, "I don't know if I want to see what's in there." And then he left without opening the door and spent the rest of the game wondering what was on the other side of that door.
Yeah. Some things are better off not knowing, even if you want to.
Most of the investigation was headed up by the local detective. There wasn't a whole lot to investigate. We just collected all the evidence and noted the condition of the house. We're waiting on an inventory from the Westbergs for what was stolen, so we might be able to trace some of the items and find out who sold them. The Westberg house was going to supply a list of valuables that they were confident were in the house at the time of the crime. And they're going to cross reference that with the list of valuables that were remaining after the crime. And then see if they can find the items that are missing and figure out where they were sold, who they were sold to, who were they sold by. It's not a commonly successful tactic, but it does occasionally trip up criminals who don't really put a lot of thought into their fencing of goods.
Just take notes, Lex.
There were some theories floating around that it might be gang related, but um, it seems like an unlikely target for a gang. Like breaking and entering on a street that's so close to the castle seems like a poor tactical choice. It'd be a really bad place to get cornered. And Lucia was basically like a hermit for the last few years. Like since her husband died, she hasn't really gone out much. Like, so it would be hard for her to even have enemies that would want to target her. Who have access to her? Well, the front door was kicked in, so it appears to be a robbery gone bad, but I'm not really sure. The maid was recovered. She was just knocked out in the struggle. Um, Apparently, she went to the door when someone started banging on it, and just happened to be standing in front of the door when they finally kicked it in, and it just threw her back against the wall, and she hit her head and fell to the floor. And that's all she knew about the situation. She woke up when Lord Cassius strolled by and saw the door busted in. I think her name is Sarah. Yes, I have to go look that up too. Okay. Well, I can start by rolling your acrobatic. Detective Gray is the individual you were looking for. Okay, well, that's pretty sloppy. And then you can. Now you got to roll your bow attack. How do you know you need a 7 to hit it? Yeah, that's your bonus on the D20.
Yeah, it's
So
not a requirement.
That would give you a total of 18. Which I think might actually be a hit. Yep. You need to do another acrobatics to keep from spilling your beer. Nice. Sloppy, but no spillage. Yes, they will throw some copper pieces at you. 3 copper pieces. Look at that. You go, girl. That's all the guards. True that. Of all the professions to take, performer is the worst. Okay. Well, you got 3 more coppers, so that's like 3 more beers. On top of the 200 shots you had. No, Lex gave you money for drinks, didn't he? Oh, I have no idea what the plan was.
Lex gave you money to stiff Richard on drinks.
Yeah, but it was on the load bearing column, so they're gonna have to redo the whole thing. It's gonna cost thousands of gold.
Clearly, we need to get into the insurance trade.
The ultimate scam.
What you need to get into is what do they call that? Racketeering.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing at following through on your threats.
Sometimes people's heads just get caved in, and it just happens.
That's what I mean. It's like you can accidentally burn down everybody's business just by doing what you normally do and doing it in their business instead of someone else's. Didn't somebody say that? I think that was actually about the pitch. Just burn the whole house down.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you doing, Lex?
The 3 of us were going to go to the shipwright to Lulia when they were off duty to do more talking to the actual people there.
Who were the 3 of you?
Me, Casimir, and Boudica.
Our attorney. Always travel with an attorney now.
Question is, do we want to dress her up like an escort? Nah.
Like a street walking escort or?
Yeah, probably not a fancy one. I don't think the sailors could afford it. Don't call my bluff. Okay. Well, fair enough. It might get people more willing to talk. Okay, sure. Yeah. She might be able to get someone more willing to talk if she looks the part.
See, I wasn't sure if you were saying escort or esquire, as in a lawyer.
No, I'm not sure they'll talk to a lawyer, so we're gonna have to try another profession.
Okay, so you guys head back up to the shipwright district. What is your plan?
Well, Richard did mention that they have a lot of bars, so I guess we're going to go bar hopping. Just seeing if there's anyone A with red hair, and B, maybe ask around if anyone is from the Adria district. We're looking to, I don't know, looking for someone that's willing to partner up, just have a connection as a point of contact.
Okay. So you guys start doing your bar crawl. Alex, you can roll your gather information.
Oh wow, I do not have a diplomacy macro. That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. Yeah, what he said. Okay, what are you asking about?
Ask about specifically, I guess I'll be curious to know if anyone has been to Adria recently, if anyone's made any trips up there, looking for a point of contact that's familiar with the area.
Kind of get a half-assed response, like not really, like if there's enough money in it, but that's a long way to travel.
Yeah, it is. It's why I'm trying to see if anyone has been up there already, if they already have a, if they've already traveled up there. If you know anyone that's been up there like the last couple days of the week, then I could talk to them because clearly they have business. I don't want to have someone start fresh traveling every day for that. Is there anyone that you know that might have been up there recently?
I'm not familiar with anyone who's been in Adria recently. Like you get the odd person passing through town, but because we're so far out in the northwest and Adria is so much in the center, the traffic flow kind of bypasses one or the other. Like people don't generally come through the center of the city and then veer off to the northwest. They're either going north or they're going south, they're going east or they're going west. So yeah, there aren't a lot of people who meet that requirement.
Okay. At another bar, I'll ask another question then.
Okay.
I will explain that my sister was with a guy, a redhead, who ended up slapping her and he scratched her back. I'd like to talk to this man. Do you know where he might be? Do you know any redheads that work in this district that might have gotten a scratch recently?
One guy's like, that sounds like Red Hans. And that's where the Hans name comes from. But as soon as I said it, I was like, huh, Hans sounds really familiar. Oh, yeah, because that's the guy from the adventure.
Red.
Yeah, Red Hans. He was throwing a lot of coins around at the tavern the other night. Said he made a big payday.
Ah,
Very
Some say.
suspicious.
Does he usually make these big paydays, or is this really out of character?
I've never seen him come into this much coin before, but he does occasionally come in with some extra winnings. Come to think of it, he had a scratch on his face too. He said he got into a fight with his girlfriend.
I see. He has a girlfriend, does he? And he was with my sister. How dare you? Do you know who this woman is?
Who his girlfriend is?
Yeah.
No, but he was hanging out with Scabs and a local girl, Itchy.
I'm so sorry for her. Is that her given name, or is that just the nickname?
That's just a nickname.
Thank God. Okay, so interesting. Do you know where I can find Red Hans or Itchy or Scabs?
Scabs and Itchy generally hang out at the Sea and Stars Tavern. It's like 4 blocks to the west. It's like right outside of the big shipwright center.
I see. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. You said the big was it Sea and Stars Tavern
Yeah, Sea and Stars Tavern.
outside the big shipping? Okay. So just give me one moment to write all this down.
No worries.
Okay. Recently came into big money and with a scratch. Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to greet him and congratulate him on his recent fortune.
Let's just keep it between you and I. Like, I don't want him coming back here and messing the place up because I told him what you did.
This conversation never happened. And no, my silence is payment. He asked for a favor. That's his tip.
Yeah, he already coughed up some coin to buy drinks and stuff. Okay, so you guys head to the Sea and Stars.
Yes. Question is, do I want to keep playing the overprotective brother to a girl that does not exist? I guess so.
Okay, so as you guys head over to the Sea and Stars Tavern, As you're coming down the street, you can see there's a big crowd out.
Oh,
As you get closer, you realize the crowd isn't in front of the tavern; they're just adjacent to the tavern. It looks like the city watch is fishing a body out of the storm drain. There's all kinds of people standing around looking over.
Let's ogle. We have to ogle that.
I guess the first question I'm gonna try and go near the front and ask, do we know what happened?
One of the guys or one of the guards says, "We're not really sure. We're still trying to get the body out of the water." But as they got like hooks, they're just trying to get him out of the drainage ditch. As they pull him up onto the roadway, you can see that he has a red hair and he has a festering scratch on his face. And when his body rolls over, his arm kind of falls up above his head, and you can see on his left hand he has a tattoo, a green tattoo of a rat head and bones on his forearm.
Remembering something Casimir said. Fair enough.
What did Casimir say?
The tangentially related to the rat gang. The dead rat gang, which I guess he does fit all parts of that description.
Yeah. Based on the evidence that you have, you would guess that this is the person who was in the sewer.
How did you guys find him here? Did it just happen, or did someone just find the body?
About an hour ago, somebody reported what looked like a body in the ditch, and we came down to investigate and realized that it was in fact a body. And then we started blocking off the area and getting tools to get him out of the ditch because nobody really wants to go down into that disgusting water.
That's fair.
Excuse me.
Unless the other two want to do something, Lex is going to look for the bartender of this place and ask if he knows where Itchy lives. If anyone's going to know anything, if we lost our lead, it's probably going to be the girlfriend. So now I have to come up with a new plan.
Okay. When you ask about Itchy, he points to the back stairs that lead up to the rooms above.
Wonderful. Okay, so I can't do the girlfriend or the sister thing anymore. Do we just be honest? No, honesty is not the policy. We bully.
Oh, Shake Club,
okay.
that's awesome.
Okay, we're just gonna go intimidation. Okay, cool. We will. Look, she's a young woman. She just lost her boyfriend. Intimidation will work. Okay. Yeah. And if not, you can threaten her with crochets. I thought you're gonna make her learn crochet. All the viewers that like crocheting is just unsubscribed. I'm sorry. Fair. Okay. Well, I guess we'll head up. Feel free to look intimidating, you two. I guess
Okay,
you're not gonna be able to do that looking like a stripper, but I trust you.
When you guys get to the top of the stairs, you can hear like a blood curdling scream.
Mug, it's up to you.
For what? You can hear a blood-curdling scream.
Take down the door.
Okay. Okay. When the door swings open, you can see a guy laying face down on the ground. Basically, he's got like his back to the. If he was standing, he would have had his back to the window on the other side of the room, and he would have been facing you. So he's basically fallen towards you in the center of the room, and he's got a dagger in his back. And you can see a girl who looks like she regularly entertains various men in this room, and she points to the window and continues to scream.
Is the window open? I'm guessing so.
Yep, we will look out the window.
We've lost God.
The window is open. When you go to the window, you can see that there is the roof of another building adjacent to this building. And what was your perception check? You didn't roll your perception check, did you?
Nope.
Get on it.
Let's bust out perceptions.
No, that's fair. Okay, well, that works out well for both of you. You guys can both hear footsteps on the rooftop. Outside, it is kind of dusky, and there is a thick fog, so you can't really see anything, but you can definitely hear movement across the rooftop.
Fuck it. I run that way.
Utica, can you follow him and try and capture him alive?
Alive?
He says it. He doesn't expect it at this point, but you know, it'd be nice. He knows it's not really going to happen.
You sure?
Doesn't
My boss
seem that-
does.
Okay, Casimir, you want to give me an athletics check?
Athletics.
Okay, so you dive out the window onto the adjacent rooftop. Can you see the map?
Woohoo. I can, yes. Rooftop chase. Woohoo.
Yep. The roof is slick with dew and the fog. It's just damp. So your movement is reduced to half, and this is an incline towards the peak of the roof. You can roll another perception check. What are you doing, Boudica? Oh, I thought I saw wishes them luck, and I thought that was Boudica saying, "Good luck. I hope you don't die." That's totally fine. Okay, roll your athletics check.
Is it +3 or +5 off a 20 on a skill check?
+5.
36.
Yes. Does it make a difference?
Makes a difference for our skill levels.
Well, it matters if she has like plus 10 in it, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, her roll is actually lower. She's only plus 5 in athletics for some reason, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I guess maybe she has high dex and didn't put ranks in it.
She's got high strength.
Yeah, I just trying to figure out why you don't have high athletic. Well, the starting point is that your reading skills have not improved because you're plus 3 for your dex and plus 3 for your strength, so there's no difference there. And you have 5 ranks, which gives you a plus 8, and both times you rolled numbers that were not plus 8. But 15 is enough to get across. $15 is the first jump check.
Yeah.
Let me grab your character. Okay, Casimir, you can clearly hear someone running across the roof directly to the west of you.
Ooh.
Let's roll initiative and go in turn.
Oh wow, 1.
Oh wow, I've opened so many documents that I've lost my assassin.
It's a good thing there's that screaming girl there to point out that Lex isn't the killer.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly how it'll go down.
All right, Lex, get out
killed
of the
it!
girl.
Keep in mind when you're rolling your initiative that you don't take your weapon penalty when you're not attacking.
Yep.
Oh wow, just completely buried you guys.
Holy smokes.
Okay, well, he will roll his check. This is the balance check. Move the character sheet off of my adventure sheet so I can read both of them at the same time. So he makes that check without any difficulty, and then he will double move. And then make the second. Oh no, he's making his first jump check, but it is technically the second jump check. Well, that's interesting. I have an acro macro, but I don't have a athletics one.
Acro macro.
Oh, that's not good. I did show how it was done.
Yeah, how to not do well.
That all depends on the task.
Okay. Casimir, you're up.
Pursue.
Okay. DC 17 acrobatics to move across the roof.
Yep. Double move after him. How far can I get?
You can go 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay.
And then it's your go, Boudica. DC 17 acrobatics. Did you just slip and fall? This might be a good time to. Well, you can use a luck feat if you have a luck feat that applies to acrobatics, but the thing that I would do is just use your luck bonus because that's +4. That'll get you above the 17 you need. Well, this is just a balance check, so you don't slide off the roof. But after you do that, you can move up your movement rate. To there. And then it's the assassin's turn. He failed his jump check, but he did make his climb check. So he will attempt to climb up. Oh, baby.
Can we see this guy or hear this guy?
You can roll a perception check. Yep, you can clearly hear him. He's still way ahead of you, but directly to the west. And then it's your go, Casimir.
So we can't see him from here.
No, it's too foggy to see anything, but you can definitely hear him with a 27.
Yep. All right. Double move after him. We after acrobatics again.
Jump check, DC 17 to make that gap. And then acrobatics, also DC 17 to go up the next side.
So we have a running start for the jump. So is that just a normal DC or we get a bonus that I can't recall? Yeah. Athletics.
Yeah, it's just a DC 17 jump check. You don't have a running start because you can't have one on this slippery surface.
Oh, okay. Jump's good.
Okay, so you clear the distance, and then you can move your rest of your movement rate. Then it's Boudica's go.
Sorry, were you just moving me or do I move from here?
No, I moved you to the other building because I think I put dynamic lighting around each building.
Cool.
Okay, so that's your acrobatics check. So then you can make your jump check, which is athletics. Same mod. Make sure you note that you used one of your 4 lucks for today.
Might be needing to use a few more here.
Oh, beautiful. So Boudica jumps the gap without any difficulty. Yeah. The rolling thunder move.
Fox here for this.
Oh, just barely. Oh, just actually barely.
You could luck it down with your luck.
Oh, there's the point.
That is technically true.
I'm not saying you should, but you know it is an option with you when you have 4 luck.
If I'm able, sir.
Well, it depends on who's doing it.
Just checking my Bashaba shit. I'll get her to re-roll that check with a -2 luck penalty from
Okay.
Bashaba's affiliation.
Nice.
It may not even be worthwhile. It's just that it's the kind of shit that she likes me to do.
Nice.
Okay. Well, he fails the check, so he doesn't clear the distance. He can make an athletics to grab on. He does not. So he falls to the ground.
Non-lethally falls to the ground. There's coincidentally a bunch of hay.
Just happens to be like a pile of cardboard boxes there for him.
Is it Assassin's Creed?
This is a paper industry, the Sheet Guild. They figured out how to corrugate paper. Okay. Yeah. Casimir, you are up.
All right. Pursuing, of course. Double move to get as close as I can.
Okay. Acrobatics to move. This is 19.
Oof. Yay!
Okay. So you get to there, and then you can make your athletics check.
Ooh, on fire.
Okay, you clear the building. Boudica, you are up. DC 19
Damn, where's
acrobatics.
Fox to see this?
Well, this is a 19, so 17 won't cut it. Okay, so Boudica, you slip and fall and start to slide down the roof. As you're going, you can roll an athletics check to grab on. Okay, well, you can luck that up because that'll get you close enough. Okay, so you hang on to the edge, at which point you can make another athletics check to pull yourself back up onto the roof.
You got this.
It's the Leaning Tower all over again.
There you go. You're back up on the roof. Ludan, who is down on the ground, will make a beeline to get the fuck out of here.
And Casimir's going to Superman dive on top of him.
Okay, then it's your go, Casimir.
Do I have an idea of where he is? Probably heard a body hit the ground.
Yeah, to the northwest of you is where you heard commotion.
All right.
Did you roll? Oh, you didn't roll a perception. So you can roll a perception now.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
never
good.
mind.
Oh,
Well, the last
yeah.
thing you knew is he was going west.
All right. I guess I'm going west.
Would using a 1 luck help him at all?
No.
Okay.
No, you'd have to get to at least 15 to have any indication of where he went.
Ah,
Okay, so you can roll your acrobatics. I believe this one is 21.
Could use a fate point to re-roll it.
You could use a fate point to re-roll it if you wanted. You rolled a 1, so you can't do worse than that.
You'd think.
you do just
Yeah,
need
alright.
a 4?
I just need +3 is
Oh,
the
yeah, you could
impression
just
I'm
use a
getting.
fate point to bump it up if you wanted. You could definitely do that too.
Uh, yeah. I guess, yeah. Use the fate point to just bump it up.
Luke's burning through his fate points.
I know, I've been hoarding them and now I'm going to use them up. Better get cracking on journals.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been mocking you guys in my journals and you guys don't respond back. You guys need to really fight back here.
Okay, so as I said, northwest.
Alrighty, head that way.
You made your athletics and acrobatics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, not this round. Previously to get here.
Oh, yeah, that's way back.
Acrobatics.
It's right there because there's only 2 of you, so it's
Yeah.
not a lot in between.
So we need acrobatics.
Acrobatics to balance. That needs a 21.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I'll use my luck for that.
Oh, man.
You're not here.
I'm there in spirit.
I will use my luck for that.
Okay. So as you run across the roof, you can roll a perception check.
That's better.
On the roof to the north of you, you can see the shingles are all damaged on the edge there, and you remember hearing a loud thump. That
Mhm.
might have been where he landed.
Cool. Can I jump down there?
You've already double moved for this round, so your action's over.
Oh, I didn't get close enough. Okay. I could use.
You can give me another perception check. Actually, give me a an intuition check. Very nice. Okay. You deduce that he did not make the jump and fell to the ground. So at this point, as a free action, you can just slide off the roof.
Cool. I'll do that.
Okay. I did not roll his acrobatics for the fall. I should have thought of that. So you can roll your acrobatics as you plunge to the ground. Yeah, he wouldn't take any damage because that is an easy check for him to make. Okay, then it is his turn. And he will continue to run.
In case Boudica's lost sight of me, I call back. He dropped down here as I'm dropping off the roof.
Okay. Casimir, you can roll another perception check.
Giggity.
Did we skip Boudica's turn or?
No, I'm giving Casimir a perception
As a
check
free
because something's
action.
happening on Ludan's turn. You realize that he was to the northwest, but now you can hear movement to the northeast.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay, Boudica, You're on the roof, so you can use your movement to stand up, and then you can roll your acrobatics. Fortunately for you, you're an entire turn behind, so a 20 is enough. Okay, then we're back to. Oh, did I? I did Ludan first in there, didn't I? No, I didn't. Yeah, I did Casimir, and then I went right to Ludan. Sorry. So that was Boudica's turn. Then Ludan went. So now we're back to Casimir.
Okay. I'll pursue to the northeast. Try to follow him.
Okay, from here you should be able to move freely.
Okay, this is the building here. Got it.
Yep, that's just the overhang.
20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60. That's
Okay,
double
you
move
can
around
roll
there.
another perception check when you get there. Okay, you can't see him, but you definitely think he's very close, just to the east of this building.
Sure.
Okay, then we're back to Boudica. Once again, acrobatics check. Remember, this one's 21.
Oh, man.
Okay, you can roll your athletics check.
You know, at this point, you're better off just dropping down and running on the street.
She took your advice.
Well, yeah, you have forfeited that option. You are now at the edge. You can either try to grab on or fall to the ground. No,
can
because you
do
can't
the-
see that far.
Acrobatics to reduce the fall distance if you've got it.
So you're grabbing on or you're falling to the ground?
Graceful fall.
Okay, so you fall down into the alley between the two buildings and you can roll a perception check. $18. You can hear movement to the north. So you still have your movement rate, so you can move 6 squares wherever you want to go.
Falling is a free action.
Yeah, that's a nice thing about falling. You don't have to do anything. You just have to stop not falling.
You can always drop your weapon, fall on your ass. These things are all free.
Okay, when you get there, you can roll another perception check. Okay, then we're back to Ludan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Okay, then we're on to Casimir.
Pursuing. He was very close to here before. That's first move. Can I see or hear?
You can roll a perception check. You can hear relatively close movement to the east of you, slightly north and to the east, and you can also hear movement to the south of you.
Ah, really? Which one sounds like running, or do they both sound like running?
They both sound like running.
Fuck, he's got a
The-
decoy already.
The eastern one is closer than the southern one.
Does either one of them sound
choices,
like
choices.
the same pattern of feet, the same kind of shoes, or the same rhythm?
You can give me an intuition check.
Come on, baby. Not today.
The one to the south sounds a lot like chick boots to you.
Okay. This one's a decoy.
Okay, Boudica, it's your go. What you doing? You can technically occupy. You can roll a perception if you want. Okay, you can hear movement to the north. Okay, well there's nothing you can really do about speed. You can move your 6 squares and then decide what you want to do from there. Okay. Then what are you doing? Yep. Oh, you can't see anything. I thought that your two light bubbles overlap, but it's not light, it's dark vision. Well, nothing's really changed. The sound you heard was coming from the north, so you can either continue north or wait there. Okay, well, you can move your 6 squares.
Tally ho.
Try to stay on the map.
Oh, you're caught up. I think you took a shortcut.
Yeah, she fell off the first roof into the alley and then went straight north instead of going around all the buildings like you two did.
Yeah, that was really well done. Failing upwards.
Okay. Then I think you still had 5 feet after that, so you can go to there. And then it is Ludan's turn. Shut up.
Kind of dying.
Okay. Then we're on to Casimir.
Hop suit. Can we hear him as we're traveling? Got 20 feet of movement left, but if I can hear the direction he's going, I'll head that way.
You can roll a perception check. You're not really sure where he's gone. Just for context, it's not a wall, it's just a divider between the maps because it's a U-shaped map.
Right, okay. So I would, not knowing what else to
Continue in
do,
that direction?
Yeah, another 10 feet in that direction I'd be going.
Okay. When you get there, you can roll another perception check. To the south, you can see what looks like a plank in the side of the warehouse that is like bent out a little.
Is it like wobbling or something?
It's It has a very minute move to it. It might be just like moving in the wind, but it's obviously sticking out, whereas all the other planks in the warehouse wall aren't.
Right. Then, knowing that Boudica is just behind me, I'll be pointing in that direction and say, down there, that plank.
Okay, then it's your go, Boudica. Rubber ducky, love it.
What's wrong with Rubby Ducky?
Well, you make whatever life choices give you meaning in your life.
Maybe time for imminent brain surgery.
Okay, well, you can hear movement to the east. Okay, when you get there, stop moving your token. When you get there, you still have 3 squares of movement left.
That plank down there. Pointing down through the alley, I say, look down that way, that plank. I think he passed that. May have jumped on it to get through that window, perhaps. Some shit like that. Figure it out when I get there. We always knew that the situation would go south.
You have 3 left.
She's quick, this girl.
You don't have your armor on?
Yeah.
Well, that might not work out well for you. Yeah, that one
Yeah.
Star Wars movie. How old is this kid? I didn't carbon date him. Okay, so then we're back to Casimir.
Follow that plank. Where is the plank from here? Where the ping is?
Yep.
All right, so is it so I can like climb through the window via the plank, perhaps?
Yep. You can just step through it.
Ah. Ooh,
Or you can
I'm in
put
the
yourself
black.
back outside.
I think we both move my token at the same time.
Yeah, probably.
Can I see or hear a direction from here?
You can roll a perception check.
Oh, how about that?
You can definitely hear something to the northeast.
All right.
You can immediately roll an intuition check. Aside from the fairly obvious gaping holes in the floor, the flooring here looks incredibly unstable.
Awesome.
Okay, you can do whatever you want to do. There's no movement penalty. It's just scary as hell.
So, am I able to traverse these gaps?
Yep. You want to give me an acrobatics check?
I'm guessing
So
26 is good.
Yes, it's only a 15 to avoid breaking the floorboards.
Cool.
Just have to be careful. Okay, when you get to there, you can roll a perception check. Nice. Okay, never mind. You got any more movement?
Yeah.
Perfect, because that provokes.
Ha.
So he will stick you with the pointy end.
Mr. Lethal Force himself.
Yeah, well, he's an assassin. His job is to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
16 AC, that would definitely be a hit. It looks like he's going to succeed too. Oh, wow, I rolled awful. Okay, 14 points. But that's more than half your hit point total.
Yeah, I got DR though, so
Nope, totally cool. Okay, well, let's roll initiative for combat start. No, it's everybody. You're just outside and have to work your way in. But at this point, every second of the fight is going to be important. So, want everybody to roll for initiative. Casimir, you're up first.
yes, sir.
You don't get sneak attacked a second time.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna attack him. Pull out Yoli Saps. And I'll go for a Shadow Blade technique.
What's that do?
I roll twice, and I can either take the better of them to just hit, or I can take the lower of the two attacks to do an additional cold damage. I'll take the 15, but I have a feeling it's not going to be good enough.
It is not good enough.
Cool.
Okay, then it is his turn, and he will attack you. $17 and a 20. That could be most unfortunate for our former rogue. What's your next character going to be?
Can I get him to re-roll that first one with a -2 luck penalty
Sure.
on Bashaba's ability?
Okay, first one misses. Second one does 6 points of damage.
Yep.
In fact, they both did 6 points of damage. That was terrible. Okay, Boudica, your go. Okay, so you use 4 squares of movement to get to there, and then you can give me an acrobatics check. Wrapped in horseshit.
At least you have your hit points.
I totally forgot to bring the rest of the party. They're just staring at a blank screen.
I've been on watching on Twitch.
Same.
Oh, that's fair. I was just going to move your tokens into the room so you could actually see.
Oh, nice.
Remember when Ivan brutally murdered the guy?
We do not have vision.
Yeah, I'm going to turn the light on because it doesn't mean anything now.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
There you go. Should be able to see without any trouble now.
Hey, the help has arrived.
No, they haven't arrived. They're just spectators.
We will bear witness.
Why would you add? Oh, you can add a luck bonus to that if you want. 17 would be more than enough. The DC's 15. That would be your third luck, right? Okay, so you still have 2 squares of movement. Where are
so
you
we're not
going?
actually, we're not here.
He's over
We're just here to
here.
watch.
Where are you going, Boudica? Yeah, I didn't ask if you moved your 2 squares. I asked where are you going? You're just taking a tour of the abandoned, collapsing warehouse? Okay, that's why I was asking, because your companion has 6 hit points in the corner facing someone with 43 hit points who's way better at this fighting thing than he is.
Would you like a positional advice? So if you move these 2 squares, you can then 5 foot. Five footing is going to be your best friend.
Into the flank.
There you
Can
go.
we see his face, by the way?
Can you see his face? No.
Okay.
He's very hooded, kind of like you.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely make out that he has very similar proportions to you. Like he's about your height, about your weight. Clearly white. He has dark hair. But most of his, like, basically from his nose up is concealed.
Yep. I'm figuring there's a good chance that he's going to take me out. I'm just hoping I survive and can maybe remember something about him.
So you can see
So
the
you can
fight.
see.
They said they were
just
just
joined
watching
the
on
fight.
Twitch. I didn't even think about watching on Twitch, but I was sitting there. I was like, oh yeah, there's 3 other players in this game. Maybe they want to not look at a blank screen.
I thought they'd be in the dark too.
On the plus side, more people are watching on Twitch. Currently 1 would be me.
I believe
They
in you
tend
guys.
they tend not to watch on Twitch because it's basically cheating because that's the DM's view, so they can see things that aren't there. Like if you were
Yeah.
watching on Twitch when you were going down the sewer, you could see Lucia's body on the GM's layer as you walked by, but the players couldn't see it. Yeah, it's one thing I love about playing online is the dynamic lighting gives it so much context. Okay, well, let's do initiative. Oh, that is fucking terrible.
There's a chance.
There's lots of chances. He's in fucking terrible shape now. Losing initiative is bad. If you could have dropped Casimir before Boudica got to attack, he would have been in good shape, but he's going to be rough if Casimir gets to attack before he can get out of the flank position.
Yeah.
You
He
can
has high AC though.
Boudica, you're up. Okay. Just keep in mind you don't have your armor on. No, I don't have a problem. I was just saying that means your armor class is even lower than it already is, which is fairly low. Oh, you get 2 dodge bonuses. So your armor class, yeah, your armor class should be 17, not 16, which would mean that it drops to 15 for this fight. Oh, keep in mind
Forget
your
flank.
roguish flare is +1 to your reflex save too. Oh, it's in there.
Just remember you have flank bonus as well.
Yeah, that's +2. Uh, 20. So with your +2, you'll have a 21. So that would be a hit.
You're welcome. He's stuck in the island of blades.
I feel like you don't know what these words mean.
It's like the bird law thing. But of course, you're using non-lethal force, aren't you?
Are you going to roll your damage? It's down at the bottom. D10 +6.
Nice.
Ouch. Okay. Remember, he's got 3 points of DR. Yep. Okay, then it's Casimir's turn.
We'll have a couple of saps.
Sappity sap, 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 sap.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's definitely a hit.
I'll just roll the second one now while I'm here.
What?
That one's -4. No, -2, sorry. So it's still both hit.
Hit.
Yeah, I already added it in my roll.
If you have luck, you can make that a crit. I don't know if a crit is useful for you, but
It is useful for me.
Hey, you may have forgotten,
Yeah.
but you did know.
Yes.
You got +1
we've used it
luck?
before. Crit would give me an extra D10 plus 1.
Well, it'll mean that you have to roll to confirm, but
That is true.
it gives you max damage on the first hit, which
That
is
is
better
also
than
true.
regular damage. And then if you confirm, then you get another D10.
All these things are true. All right, I will.
How much damage do you do with the sap?
D10 plus 1, the saps.
Why is it only +1?
Strength is 1.
Oh, you don't have anything to boost your damage modifier?
Not with the saps. If I use my proper weapons, then I add dex to damage.
That's a class feature, though.
Yes.
Okay, that's why. I was going to say, because what's his face? Fox has finesse strike, so he gets his dex to damage.
Yeah, I've got finesse attack, but I don't have finesse strike yet. Too many feats to buy.
See, now there's something I could put in the loot crate. Here you go, +1 feat.
Nice. That would be good. Lex is saying a lot of stuff. Right.
Yeah, well, Lex never shuts up.
Lex is the talky one.
I can either talk or I can type. You guys gotta choose.
I won't luck that one up. I may need luck for other things.
Okay.
So we'll get to the damage on the first one. Don't think I can put dice into the additional damage.
You can if you program it into the macro, but then you need one for sneak attack and one for not sneak attack.
Yeah.
Are you doing lethal damage or subdual damage, Boudica?
Why did
Proud of you.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, that's too much spam. I'm trying to find my damage. So I did 11 and 12, the each -3. So we did 8 and 9. Gives us -17. I'm marking it on his full health bar, but it's non-lethal. I think we're
That's
both
fine.
doing non-lethal, so it's easy.
It doesn't really matter. Once he gets to 0, he's got no hit points.
Yeah.
The only benefit of non-lethal is when he drinks his potion. Does he have a potion? He does. Oh, no, that's what's her face. I bet you he does have a potion. He does have a Cure Light Wounds potion. This might be a good time to drink it.
But he'll provoke if he does so.
Yeah, that's true. If he was standing adjacent to you, he would provoke. But he'll 5 foot to there. Oh, and roll max on his potion. And get double for being subdual. Oh, that is amazing. Okay, and then
We want to lock the potion down.
Well,
That's
it's
not
not
Doesn't
gonna
work that way
change
because
much.
damage. Yeah.
And then I gotta roll my acrobatics check.
Fail.
Oh, so close.
Do we want to lock it down? I'm going to lock that shit down. You want to? Okay.
Your luck is more valuable though.
Boudica uses her last luck.
I see you, sister.
Okay, well then he falls.
Is that before he drinks his potion?
I guess technically it is, yeah, because he had to get out from behind you. Okay, so he falls and takes D6 falling damage for 2 points. I don't think that's what you used your luck for. But then when he crashes to the floor, because of the nature of this room, he takes another 2d6 on all of the debris at the bottom.
Oh, nice.
Just looking it up to make sure I got the numbers right. Thought that was what it said. Oh yeah, 2d6. Fall deals d6. Landing on the debris deals an additional 2d6.
It's brutal debris.
Yeah. Well, it's all kinds of like nails and boards and whatnot. Yeah. He can be alive and still horribly wounded. Okay. So he falls through the floor, and unfortunately, there's nothing he can do about that. So he's just prone on the ground. You guys can each roll a acrobatics check as a big chunk of the floor drops away. That's unfortunate, Boudica.
I mean, you're probably better off. You get to be next to him on the ground.
Nope, there's no saving from this. Oh, 14 points of damage. Okay, so you fall through the floor. Casimir, you can roll another acrobatics check as more of the floor falls away.
Goody.
That is sufficient. Okay, then we are back to initiative.
Can you and Fox swap? I'll call it in.
Okay, okay, Casimir.
We got a
it's
3-car
your
pile
go.
up on the. Am I able to safely jump down and not take horrendous damage?
You cannot jump down because you can't really judge what's down there, but you can climb down, like do like a hang drop.
Oh, okay. That's probably a good idea. I do have sufficient athletics ranks that I have a climb speed, so I can
Oh,
do that
nice.
without
Okay,
any.
so you can just
any
jump
danger?
down into the basement.
Yep.
Okay. Unfortunately, the debris in the basement makes the basement difficult terrain, so there's not a whole lot you can do after that.
Okay, so I can't take a 5-foot step in there. Am I able to?
You can move. You can move at half your movement rate to wherever you want to be.
Like, get next to him?
Okay. Then it is Ludan's turn. He will get up.
Ooh, that's
He'll
pretty
roll
nice.
his acrobatics to stand. 22, I think, is enough that he can get up. And he's fucked, though, because he can't 5 foot away. Can you withdraw in difficult terrain?
I'd say you should be able to. It's just going to be like,
Shitty.
you know, you're going to have to pay the movement penalties, but I think you can. I've never really looked to be sure, because the moves withdrawal just say that it treats the first square as not threatened. Let me see.
Okay, well, then he will stand up and use the remainder of his movement to get to the other side.
Standard action.
It's a very specific situation that has never come up.
Yep. Withdraw. Full round action. Move W speed. Square you start out of is not considered threatened. Invisible enemies. If you move out of a, that's obvious. may not withdraw using full movement if you don't have a listed speed, but apart from that, it looks totally fine. You'd just be paying double movement costs.
Okay, well, he does that. Then we're on to Boudica. Yeah, you have to use half your move to get up. So that's 15 movement. And then from there, you can do whatever you want. No, you just have to stand up.
Charge.
Okay. So you can move 4 squares. Okay. Then we're back to initiative.
I'm rolling good initiative today. This is not like me.
No, I'm rolling terrible. I have rolled absolute shit. Okay, Casimir, you're up first. Fortunately, I'm just far enough away that you can't get me.
Well, I
Throw
might
your
roll it
saps.
with you. Sorry.
Throw your saps.
I'm going to head towards him. And I'm going to use Sudden Leap to jump the extra distance.
That sounds like some kind of cheating bullshit.
Cheaty sword sagey bullshit, yep. Huzzah! Now we're in range. And now I can hit him with a sap.
Does that count as flank?
Yes. Island of Blades is flanking. Oh. Got him.
Did you just smoke him?
I haven't done my sneak attack yet. Yep, just smoked him.
Nice.
Very, very
Okay.
cleanly dropped.
Yeah, very nice. Unlike Ivan, who just cut the guy into little pieces and then the pieces fell through the floor and then he just caved in the building on top of him to cover his crime.
Yep. All right. Panting heavily. Point at him and say, let's get this cunt back. We're going to have to censor that now. Demonetized. I think you can kick him in the nuts if you want. I wouldn't mind.
This would be a perfect
Let's-
opportunity to roll an attack and then get a crit and kill him.
Oh, he's
Damn.
got boatloads of non-lethal damage. I think you'd probably still wear it. But, don't push it.
Joe did that in the Planescape game. He's like, oh, I'm going to take this guy prisoner. I'll just hit him for some duel damage and roll the crit and then just like cave the guy's fucking head in.
Nice. Let's search his
Okay.
body.
He has a bunch of good stuff.
Had.
Damn.
That's
a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he has great stuff.
I like his swords.
You like his swords? They're very nice.
Yes. That's what I've been saving up for. For the next time I'm allowed to murder people properly. It's good when you're
Yeah.
cosplaying as a courtesan.
Yeah, that's one thing is if you're going to pose as a hooker, having a cloak that gives you armor is nice.
Let's get him and all this crap back to our friends. And I use the term loosely.
Most definitely. They just don't have to abide by it. Just keep in mind, this guy is a person and stealing his stuff is a crime, regardless of what he's done.
So you think
I don't
he would
think you can
be?
just say that to absolve you of your crime.
It would be interesting to see the trial when he says, "Those are my short swords. We all know that because those are the murder weapons. I want them back." Although he did use the dagger.
Counterpoint. Counterpoint.
Sorry, didn't follow
Walking
that.
around in the gear of a murderer is probably also not ideal.
What
We can rebuild him.
we can rebuild. What Lex is saying is that we have to get him off first before we can steal his stuff.
Yeah, if you guys want to haul him out of here, you can strip him, tie him up, and then just wrap a piece of rope around him and pull him out. The big question is, you guys are in the shipwright district, which is about an hour away from where you have allies. So what are you going to do with the corpse that you have to carry for an hour through town?
It's not a corpse. Just an
It
unconscious.
is while it's unconscious. Oh, there's definitely a carriage you could steal or a wagon nearby. Let's compound
Let's
our
get back
crimes.
to our friends first. Because, there was a murder that just happened right back there, and we have the killer. And that could be useful. Let's head back to Lex.
Sorry, so you're going to take
Legally.
the unconscious assassin back to the Star and Seas, I think it was.
Yep.
That's actually a good cover, except for all the blood.
Oh, yeah. I was imagining if we were going to be hauling through the street that we'd just say our friend's drunk. People probably wouldn't pay much attention. Basically just shoulder carry. He got drunk when exploring, fell through a dodgy floor in a warehouse, and he's a bit fucked up. You've got a
Does this seem
costume
like
you
the
can
type to
exploit.
have good Samaritan laws? Is there anything part of this city that makes you think they would have good Samaritan laws? This place is a cesspool. I'm just saying this place is a cesspool. Respectfully, of course.
Our moral beacon
Fair-
is the
fair
chaotic
point.
neutral guy.
Okay.
All right, let's tie him up. Let's haul this.
Okay, when
scarecrow.
you guys get back to the Sea and Stars Tavern, the city watch is there. Along with Lex, who's explaining the situation.
Can I catch Lex's eye from sort of off in the shadows nearby?
So you're not just going to drag the body into the inn or the
No.
tavern?
No.
Well, you guys can do whatever you want. I don't care. I was just asking if you were doing the thing that you said you were going to do, or if you changed your mind. Lex
Heading
is
back to the
upstairs in the
area.
room. Yeah, Lex is upstairs in the room with Itchy and the guards who have a corpse on their hands. And considering there's another corpse outside, there's probably a lot of guards here.
Can I see Lex through the window?
Probably not, since he'd have to be standing at the window looking for you and it's foggy out.
Okay. I can tell Boudica then. Hold on to him. I'll go get Lex. You look like you're not struggling at all, so I just grin and leave. Come on, you can bench this guy. I've seen how you hit with a quarterstaff. You're like twice as strong as I am.
Mr. Plus one strength.
Yep.
I'm stunned that the sap isn't on your special weapon list. That seems like a gimme.
Special weapon list?
Yeah, the things you get your finesse damage on.
Yeah, no, they didn't include it in Shadow Hand. They include unarmed strike, but not saps. I mean, you know, if you want to change that, I'd be totally down with it, but it's not in the book.
I'm not familiar enough with the class to make off the cuff changes, but I can look at it.
Yeah, you get each discipline has a set of weapons that it's affiliated with, and for those, the Sword Sage gets like weapon focus and dexter damage and things like that, depending on. Sorry, the dexter damage is actually from a Shadow Hand feat, which kind of adds on that. But otherwise, you get weapon focus with them, and that's dagger, short sword, spike chain, and unarmed strike.
That's pretty sweet. Like, obviously, you're not going to use 4 weapons, but you get 4 proficiencies. Or 4 feats. Okay, so as you're entering the tavern, the guards at the main entrance tell you that the tavern is closed.
Any way I can get in? I need to see someone.
About what?
I want to check he's okay.
Who is this individual that you're concerned about?
So he's my friend.
Does your friend have a name?
So, what name would you be going by here, Mr. Lex?
Definitely not Lex. Definitely not anyone known. We'll say Tyler. We'll say Tyler.
Was that conveyed to us before we came here?
If we would have talked about, I mean, yeah, he's not looking like Lex. He always has a disguise whenever we're not doing official business. So, I guess yeah. If that's something we talk about, then yeah.
Tyler, he should be inside.
Okay, well, he calls out to one of the guards and asks if there's a Tyler here. Lex, you're upstairs with the guards when you hear them calling for you. So far, Itchy is too panicked to really do anything other than just say what happened. So at the moment, there's no suspicion on you. You're just being questioned as someone who was a adjacent witness.
I will ask if I will try and whisper to Itchy and say, based on what just happened here, do you want to leave with me and we can talk and try and get you somewhere safe? It might not be safe for you alone right now.
Everyone trusts Lex.
Yep. The guards tell you that they will take her into custody to ensure that she is safe until they confirm everyone's identity and the situation here.
Okay. Wonderful. Then yes, I will be going. Can I ask, did she have any part in her story that would be useful to specify, or is it basically what we just saw? She just saw the body, I guess, fall from the window and the mass assailant running away. Or does she have any further info?
Well, I guess it depends on what you ask her.
Oh, I thought you already told the story. I wasn't sure if I would have heard the story or not.
What would be the story? Oh, her story? Well, all that she says is that her and Scabs were hanging out in the bar after they heard about the body in the sewers, and they were afraid that it was their friend, and they were just kind of uncomfortably warm in the room. So Scabs opened the window, and as he was walking back towards her, he got stabbed in the back and fell to the ground with a knife in his back.
I see.
Classic party prank.
Yeah,
I
and then
feel
someone
like-
kicked in the door, and there were two other people here. They chased the guy out the window, and this guy, I don't know who he is, but he stayed behind.
Do I feel like she has more info? I do, but the guards are here, so okay, I'll just keep a note. I'm not going to try and interfere. I'll just head down with the group.
Okay.
Just in case it gets lost in the noise when we're searching him. Yes, definitely also making a very clear note of who he is.
Yeah, once he's unconscious,
Space.
you can look at him.
Yep. Check
Okay.
a pitch.
Take a picture. You get Lex to do the photographs. Don't forget to get his feet.
Yeah.
No,
Someone
can
will pay
suffer
a
and-
good price for that.
he can suffer.
We know a guy who will pay well for this.
Actually, he
Don't-
doesn't
don't
make
you
good
wanna-
money.
Don't you want to know what his boots look like for like knowing the imprints on something?
I
or
hate that you have a
something?
point.
All of this is useful data.
Oh no, that would have been Hans. Okay, never mind.
So if Lex gets back to us, I will be asking him. I say we got the guy. Question is, do we hand him over? Tell you what, he knew how to fight.
We probably don't need to hand him over quite yet. We have him now. If we can get the info first, that'll give us more room to see if there's any opportunity for us.
Could get messy pretty fast though.
No, you don't. There's a big difference between sneaking into someone's stable and sleeping in the hay and bringing a bloody corpse into their stable. I'm sure there are. Just for context, Ludan is horribly beaten, and so are Boudica and Casimir. Probably the worst beatings either of them have ever taken.
Fair. Let me do something here. How many spots then?
See, we were at this bar, right? And I made a bad joke. And then, we're all a bit bloody. But that's all in the past now.
Guys are at least not
Was your
blooded
boyfriend.
anymore. We don't want to take him to Adria. We need a safe house. Where's Timothy when you? Where's Elusio when you need him? As much as I'd love to use that house without permission, I meant more because he knows. I meant more that he knows a city. He might know some abandoned locations just offhand.
Who washes whose feet in the shower?
Okay, what is who is this man we are taking on missions?
That's a lot of maybes.
Sure.
You guys are all incredibly disturbing.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Okay, well, why don't you guys think about what you want to do with him and come up with a plan? We're already at 10 minutes after our 8 o'clock cutoff. So
Okay.
you guys can figure out what you want to do for next time. Boudica, you got 8 hit points back. Boudica, you got 8 hit points back. It's in the chat.
No problem.
And I was worried that I didn't have enough prepared. One encounter. We did one encounter.
It was a very fun encounter.
It was great.
Yeah, it's fun.
I was super worried when Casimir jumped out the window alone, and I must have missed it that Boudica said she was going to follow because I thought she was like not sure if she wanted to try, and I was like, Casimir is definitely no match for him.
Nah. When I pursued, I thought it's probably really fucking dangerous, but it's dramatic.
It was super dramatic, but yeah, basically, if he had had you 1v1, he would have killed you in like 2 rounds.
Yep. I know. Sister got my back.
With no armor on.
Don't distract me.
Titty tassels.
Titty grots.
Oh, there's an idea. Lex, write it down.
Titty grots. Just have some grots hanging from them. See, we're already coming up with solutions.
Okay, any questions before I take off? Oh, got it in Discord? I didn't see anything in Discord. Oh, okay, that's fair.
Ah, I see.
Holy shit. Fucking flooding Discord with goofy memes.
Yeah. It's become
Well, that's fun.
the side channel for memes while we're playing.
Yeah, apparently. I guess it makes sense because it's only context for the game.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Hallelujah.
What was that you keep using that word one for?
Oh,
The one
when she used the temple lobotomy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's how it works. Yeah, but that doesn't factory reset that. It just factory turns them off. Yeah, yeah.
Original.
Okay, I'm gonna take off. I will catch you guys later. Don't forget to do your journals this week. Yeah, and make sure you save it before you turn your computer off.
Yeah.
Ah, fair enough. Okay, I'll catch you guys later.
Have a good
Thanks
night.
all. See you. Bye.
We are not playing tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
Joe bailed on us.
Okay, you said the 17th, right? So, okay.
The
Oh,
17th.
so just one more week. Okay, so we're just not playing this and next time. Okay.
Now the next 2 sessions.
Yeah, I mean this one and the one on the 3rd, right?
Yes.
That's not bad.
Also, we don't have Triangle of Strife again in a month or 2 weeks.
Correct. So the next 2 sessions I'll be missing.
Oh, that's gonna suck. Okay. On the plus
And-
side, I think I'm gonna start a game for my kids, so maybe I'll do that on Sundays. Do it after the Triangle of Strife game.
Oh, very cool.
Take up that slot that we don't use anymore because nobody's available Sunday afternoons. Okay, I'm going. See you later.
Have a good night.
Later.
Ciao.